How's it going? It's Thursday the 20th, 2024. I'm on the last chapter of my book, and it's supposed to be up to 84, 85 today. It's so interesting because the temperature gauge says it's 77, but it feels like it's like 81, maybe 82. It does definitely feels warmer than what it's actually showing. Um, so what was I thinking? So I'm going to be down here at the park. I'm going to get a walk in because I like this time of the day. What time is it? It's around noonish. Um, I know people go, that's kind of, well, it's not really the hottest part of the day. That's around 4 or 5. But it's just when the sun gets close to up above, I'd like to go walking. It's so interesting that I know I say that word a lot, interesting, because it does. This whole experience, this life experience, and then uncovering from what my perspective is and what I see and what I know, um, or what I'm being shown and what I'm drawing out and how I'm seeing how this world and my reflection of this world. And kind of like the predictive programming that they put online, in movies and stuff like that. Oh, yesterday I put up a video when I was here at the park, and while I was looking over that video, I started noticing right down here. Um, I don't know, I can't really see from the glare because that's how I didn't know it yesterday too. But there looks like there's somebody right here. And this part of my neck is kind of interesting because if you notice, it's like the skin is different. It's not different, it's just kind of designed differently. Um, like, my goatee, it's designing and images. It's my skin right there is designing out as something. But I know there's, see, how can I try to get the glare off to where I can kind of try to see. But it is such a trip. And when I got to thinking about our bodies are God's kingdom, I know I'm focused in on it because I want to see if I can see it. I know I can see it when I'm watching the video because my attention goes directly to right there because I'm like, that actually looks like there's an image right there. Some guy in, I think it's a guy. Um, he's got like, uh, what comes to my mind is like a high priest symbolism of a hat of an older style. Um, but anyway, a lot of these images, this is where I think, even on my chest, when I was showing you that guy in kind of in the white, and he had that crown, and he's on that big cross, and it's right in the middle of my chest. And then somebody coming up out of that eye, and all those people, all those small people all around him. Then, of course, the big images on my chest is just so fascinating. One in pure, like, ultraviolet white that's coming out. And I think that's representing the Holy Ghost, because it's got the ghost kind of figure to it. And the person down below that I also noticed where it's connected to the white person that's coming down below. That white person is it's actually a horse that's unfolding too. I've got to show you that. It's pretty fascinating. And and seeing this coming out, and I'm just like, well, we're in this reality where we're programmed to worship in a church, bow down to statues, pray against walls, all this stuff that we're told not to do in Scripture, right? Wear jewelry, wear jewelry on our ears and neck, and I've done it. I've done it until I understood what it was being, why the purpose of not to wear jewelry. My cousins and my family, they just load up their fingers and all over their neck and all over their ears. They got them all, in their nose and their mouth, in their eyes. No offense to anybody that does it, but there's a reason why we're not supposed to have metal up here. So this is the moon. So when the frequencies are coming in, we're in the energy and the light, that metal that's created by other gods. Do you not? I think the mighty angel told Jacob for him and his wives to take off all their jewelry that are created by other gods, and we are all like created of gods, like demigods, right? The male the male chromosome, like the male Y chromosome, is a god, the hand of God, the arm of God. It's the genome of it, right? And then that's interesting because you got the male worm, the worm going into the female's vagina, the wormhole, and a rock rolls down, or a dragon egg rolls down, and the snake or the sword goes into the stone. Now you've created a golden, probably a golden dragon, because I just showed you what 30 days of a fetus looks like. It looks like a seahorse. It's really super beautiful. In a form of its face, in a way, it looks like a dragon. So when we look at these kind of things and see the symbolism, and how we're created in this world, and the reason of the Big Bang is how the universe was created. And when you look at universe, it's you, it's me. There's many universes, right? So I'm a universe. So uni means one verse. I am one verse. One verse. It's so interesting because when I was talking about Osiris, right? He's recognized as green, like the green, the screen that projects out onto the green screen. I lay you down in green pastures. It's like a square fabric of time. It's like when we look up above, you got the moon, right? Projecting down on us, if you haven't understood what I was saying. So you've got the square. So picture an old TV set with tubes and stuff in it. It's like a big square box, four corners. You've got the circle. So there's a circle in the middle for the screen, the projector, what's projecting out, right? And so when I see from our beginning, and how we have this veil over us, because we have the veil because I have my mom's 72,000 chromosomes X, the fire, and then I have the female fire, I should say, and then 72,000 of my father's hand of God, the yod, the water. So fire and water. Who says fire and water doesn't mix? That's funny. Sorry. And then we go to the women, I totally understand. I can totally understand why women are the way they are, how they, just don't let things cool off, or have, and I, just for example, my mother still holds a grudge against me. She's held a grudge against my father, for years, and she's been remarried twice. And all he did was just tell her he can't live with her, right? But he loves her. He can't live with her. He's never said a mean thing about her. But she's, to this day, he's only been passed in 2006. You mentioned his name. She gets so mad. And I'm just like, let it burn. Let it dry out. Let it soak that thing down, But but you can, it's in their genes. If we look at the XX chromosome in the women, they got fire, fire, burning up with desire. And then you got men who, go, I feel like I'm female. I'm in a male's body. Well, because of your female side, so you're kind of like thinking from the left side too much compared to your senses. It's just kind of being off balance. But if we told the men this, if we told the children this when they're growing up, it could change things. It could change total society. The women can find a way to come in balance because you got a positive and negative that equals zero. If we use it in mathematical terms, if we use it in a constructive way to give somebody a chance to try another option, compared to not understanding and thinking that they're right doing what they're doing, beating down men, and other women and pulling their hair and jealousy and rage. And again, remember, that all come from the left side of man, right? So it's double the left side of man. So, and then, they go through that iron cycle every month, right? And then that even goes back. So you picture the X on the X and Y axis, right? Y is this way, the hand of God, Yahweh, Yeshua, Jesus, who it just depends on where you're at. And then the arm of God, let's put it that way. And so this way, is like the plane here is the X. X marks the spot. It's the land, the geography. So, and then what's underneath the land? It's hot lava. Hot lava. Well, hot lava never cools down unless it enters the ocean, which is pretty much the man who has half water and half. So that's why you see a lot of men trying to calm women down, but then when they start getting alcohol in them and stuff, there's jinn. I think I heard it yesterday. Jinn is considered a negative spirit, right? And we know that alcohol is all about spirits. It lowers our cognitive mind and they enter. And when they say they enter, it's like what's actually, I think, happening is there could be entities actually floating around coming into you. I think I've seen it online. But it just lowers you down, right? And then you get into more of your left brain and then you start being negative and jealous, or you're just super happy and emotional. It takes you totally back and forth and you go through a lot of mood swings. And if we can look at that and picture that and see that, and recognize that, I'm sure all this would help out society. Sure, they probably still have some type of addiction and stuff like that, but maybe being conscious of it. I think so. Jinn is like an evil spirit, god, or something like that. And then you've got vodka. There's another one. There was another name that they put out there. I forgot what it was. Maybe I'll put it in the comment section if I remember. But anyway, I just want to get on here today and say, have a great day, everybody.